Hello, everyone, and welcome to a day in the life of Desirae segment of A Person of Prominence. Today, I'm speaking with the highly creative and ultra talented Cali the Barber. Although he's based in Georgia, you can find Cali a little bit of everywhere. His barbering skills are absolutely beyond belief, and his clients range from local and loyal customers to celebrities, athletes, and even little ones who he's very patient with sit in his chair. Always on the cutting edge of his craft, he's a role model in his community, has won Barber awards, and gives his time and energy freely. Cali the Barber, it's a pleasure to have you on today.
Greetings, Desirae. I'm honored to be on the show. First and foremost, I just want to say I appreciate you for having me.
Desirae, it's absolutely, an honor to be on here.
Well,
Absolutely.
great. I'm glad that you're here today. Coming from Georgia, I know it's cold out there, and I just want to thank you for being here with me today because I know you have a busy schedule. You have everybody in your chair trying to get cut by Cali.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So, listen, one of my very first questions, because everybody wants to know, including myself, how did you get the name Cali the Barber?
That's actually a very interesting question. Well, I got that name Cali. I have moved from Cali. I'm born and raised in California, so Los Angeles to be exact. And I moved and I left to Florida. I moved to Florida. Finished high school, etc., and all of that. And as I introduced myself to people, I would tell them my name. Then they'll ask me where I'm from, I guess because of my accent and the way I carry myself. And I'll tell them I'm from California. And by the end of the conversation, I'll be like, all right, I'll talk to you later, whatever, whoa. They'll be like, all right, I'll talk to you later, Cali. I'm like, damn, but I just told you my name. And that's just how it went. Instead of them calling me by my name, they just called me by Cali, and I was like, okay, cool. So I just got tired of telling people my name, and then after the fact being called Cali, it was pointless from then, telling people my name. So it was just like, just went with it. Just ran. I guess, like, they just, and they just adapted to me.
Well, that's what's up. I mean, it's something that caught on, and I can see that you had that California swag going. Or it was like, well, man, where is he from? Okay, Cali, all right. I'm gonna start calling you Cali. So that's what's up. Thank you for sharing that.
No problem.
So the other question, I mean, there's so many I want to ask you because you're just so talented. Everybody wants to know how you got started. How did you even get started slicing folks back in the game? I know you have that moniker about slicing people back in the game. How did it all come about for you?
It's a long story, you know what I'm saying? But how it really started was, lack of employment. Like I was, after high school I was looking for a job, like just everywhere, restaurants, grocery stores, and I was just applying in every place, and for some reason they didn't call me, and I kind of got disappointed. At this time I was living in Florida, and after I was, ain't nobody called me, I kind of got kind of disappointed, and I started saying to myself, like, if I was back home, I wouldn't be going through this. Like, I'll be doing something. I'll be hustling, doing whatever it is to bring, food to the table.
Yeah.
And I explained to my mom that, like, I said, you know what, Mom, I'm finna go back home. And she just started crying. She started crying, and what she said was, man, if you go back home, you don't want to die, I'll get locked up.
Oh, mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, Mom, ain't nobody trying to hire me. So, I used to cut my homeboy's hair going back in home, back in LA growing up. But I was used to do it because, you couldn't afford haircuts like that for real. And I don't know, when my barber used to cut my hair, that caught my attention. Just how it felt in my head, it was very relaxing, peaceful, and the end results, which was a fresh haircut. And I would just pay attention to the barber cut my hair, and that always stuck to me. So when I got home, I would try to cut my friend's hair, and it really didn't go well, but it was a learning experience. It was definitely a learning experience, and so yeah, she was just like, why don't you just, you like cutting hair, why don't you just try going to barbering school? And I was like, barbering school, what? You know, at the time for me, barbers was just like for suckers, like just, who the hell want to be a barber? You know what I'm saying?
It just wasn't your thing at the time.
At the time, exactly. And she was just like, so I was just like, cool. So what I took that. She said go to barbering school, but I was like, man, I ain't finna make no career barbering. But it made sense though. What she said was true. Like, you know, I used to cut my friend's hair, so I feel like I had some type of experience. So then, instead of going to grocery stores, restaurants, whatever, finding jobs, I began going to barber shops, asking for jobs. And they asked me, did I know how to cut hair? And I was lying. I said, yeah, I've been cutting hair for like 2-3 years. And I was definitely lying. But
hey, but you know what? It's kind of like you sliced your way into the game then.
Yes, exactly. So it was this particular barbershop owner that, you know, I would never forget. You know, he asked me a real question, like, you know, and it was the last shop I stopped by because all the other shops, they either had a lot of barbers and was full, or they just felt like I was too young, you know. But it's like, they asked, no, they was asking for my license at the time. I was lying, I said I had it.
Okay.
Come back and bring it. Oh, it was like, show it to me, and I'd be like, okay, I got it at home, I'm gonna bring it. I never came back, but his last barbershop owner, he asked me, he's like, do you love cutting hair? Like, and I hesitated because, you know, I don't lie. I was honest, so I said, kind of took, you know, about 2 seconds to think about it, and I said, I do. But I had to think about it because it was like, I never really thought about it. Like, do I really love cutting hair? Yeah. But in my mind, I was just trying to get in the barbershop to get money, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I could help my mom, you know, pay her bills. And I told him, yeah. He was like, do you have a license? And I was like, no. I had to be real. Because I was telling all these barbershop owners that I had one, but they were like, go get it and I'll never come back. So I was like, fuck it, I'm not going to lie. And,
right. And for some reason, this particular barbershop, you decided to tell the truth.
He was like, all right, cool. What I need you to do is go to barber school. Go to barbering school, get your license, and come right back, and I promise you I'll have a chair for you. And in my mind, I said, oh, that's a guaranteed job, you know. So I took that influenced me to do that, you know what I'm saying? After that, I swear I never looked back. And I thank that top owner, like, I thank him. I definitely do, because if it wasn't for him telling me, asking me that question if I really loved hair, because in my mind, and that's the thing with a lot of barbers, like, they come in the game with the state of mind that it's like, okay, I'm just going to do it for the money, you know what I'm saying? These barbers are eating hella good, driving hella nice cars, nice clothes, nice houses. But it's, you know, it's not about that. You know, it took a lot of grind and dedication to get there. So it's like, cool, I'm going to just get in and get this bread. And that's what I was doing it for in the beginning. To be honest, I was like, okay, you know, guaranteed job. I'm going to go to school, graduate, come back, and start cutting hair. But until I started going to school and really learning it, I fell in love with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then after that, I just started. I finished school, you know, started working in a barbershop. It wasn't at that barbershop, though. The one that, you know, somebody else came in there and seen my potential, and they asked me to join their team, and I joined their team. And I went on. But yeah, definitely, I definitely started falling in love with cutting hair, and it wasn't more about the money no more, because I knew the money was going to come. It was just the passion that started becoming real.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's like that with anything you do. It's like, you know, people chase the money too much. And when you really chase your passion and you're doing something from your heart where passion is involved, naturally money just comes to you that way when you're doing it from the heart. It's just something that it's just one of those universal truths. You know, the more you chase money, the more it runs away. You have to do things from a different perspective. And I'm glad that you shared that. That's a very good message for anybody who is trying to start anything on their own, you know, to make sure that they're doing it for the right reasons. So, and I found something from you. I found a quote that you wrote that I love. And it says, a mission statement is not something you write overnight, but fundamentally, your mission statement becomes your constitution, the solid expression of your vision and values. It becomes the criteria which you measure everything else in your life. That is really powerful.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Can you elaborate on that and tell us, what kind of thinking guides you in your personal and your professional life?
Just passion. Like, you have to become what it is that you fall in love with. Like, and just become that. Just become it, and it's just passion. It's kind of, you feel it. You know what I'm saying?
You
It's like
just feel it.
something
You just know it's
you feel
there.
it. It's there, and that's what it is. And you execute. You know what I'm saying? Like, definitely. But you have to understand what it is that you're doing first. You cannot just go and just do it just cause. You have to understand it. You have to taste it. You have to, definitely do.
Yeah, it really just becomes, excuse me, it really just becomes a part of you. When you have
Absolutely.
something that's, being called to you from a higher source, I'll call it that. You feel something that you really can't explain to anybody else. You just know that you should be doing it. It's kind of like everybody else thinks you're crazy. Well, why are you doing that? Or what's all that about? And you can't explain it to them because you can't really explain it to yourself. You just know that you're supposed to be doing it.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, my mind, body, and soul is trained to do this. Like, it then became accustomed to it. Like, I wake up, think about it, go to sleep thinking about it. I do it. I wake up, do it, sleep on it, sleep about it. I do this. Like, I do it.
Just do it. Yeah. So how important is it for you to think outside of the box in your profession? Do you think your clients appreciate your creativity?
Absolutely. I do. They do. You know what I'm saying? And only because my clients, everybody that I've cut, absolutely every single one, are creative in their own ways. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like it's something that is reciprocated. The energy is there, and just creative. I'm always thinking outside the box, and everybody's always thinking outside, and I love that. I love every single one of my clients. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I could tell. I definitely can tell.
Even the people that attracted to my work and I cut for the first time, like, it's always a connection off top. It's very rare that I get the energy that I don't like, and it's like you'll feel it. You'll know.
Yeah, I bet you can. And I noticed that too by watching, some of your work that, the clients that you do have in your chair, they want something creative and they want that precision. They want that passion behind their cut. They're not sitting in the chair just to get a cut. They're sitting in the chair to get sliced by Cali.
Exactly.
They're ready for that whole experience,
Exactly.
Yeah. So tell us about your day. How do you organize and plan your day out? How does it start for you?
Man, it just, okay, my agenda from day-to-day basis as far as, like, me personally, not my business, myself.
Yeah, your business, and like how do you run your business and organize your clients? Do you have, a call-in system? Do you have a schedule for, people every week? How do you do that?
Oh man, if I had a calling system, I'd be running crazy because it's too much. But I have an online booking system where you book online. You know what I'm saying? And so that definitely absolutely works a lot for me. It manages everything. It manages, tells me who's coming, who's new, who's coming on the regular. And so yes, for that, in that perspective, absolutely, I have a booking online system. As far as like contacting me and stuff like that, it's very rare that people have my number, because it's already, you know what I'm saying, I'm so to say hard, but it takes up a lot of my time. You know what I'm saying? Just cutting hair from like in the morning to the end of the night, like all day.
Yeah.
So like it's already like me picking up my phone and, between haircuts and saying, oh, I can get you at this time is very exhausting. It becomes very exhausting.
I can imagine. I mean, all that constant, no, I can't do it at this time, or can you come at this time, and then they have to call you back. No, it's better just to have, like you said, a system where, look, you're either going to do it on this time or you're not.
Exactly. And they become accustomed to it. So, every of my services is 30 minutes each. So it's like, You could get a slot every 30 minutes, so either book
Okay.
it if you don't. If you don't, you lucked out.
Yeah, and I know some people are really particular probably about booking it at the same time every week or every 2 weeks or something like that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What are some
Absolutely.
of your favorite products to use or some of your tools that you use in your shop?
Oh man, I have this I'm sponsored by this razor line called Blade Game to Raw.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Oh my god, like when I tell you like they are amazing. I like using them. But as far as the razor line work goes, that's an amazing
Mhm.
product to use. Outside of that, I use regular wall clippers, wall trimmers, you
Mhm.
know. That's it.
Okay.
I just have two clippers, One is my cutting hair clipper, and the other one is my hair lining, beard trimming, and that's that, and a razor. That's it.
You keep them like locked tight when you leave to go home at night in a nice lock box, so
Absolutely.
only you can
My look,
get to them, right?
absolutely. I tuck them in real good. You tuck them.
Yeah. That's
Absolutely.
awesome. What's the most rewarding and also the most challenging thing about your job?
Oh man. Okay. Well, the most challenging, I would say, is like when I get to cut kids that have never had a haircut before in their life, and it's their first
Oh,
time.
yes.
It's like that's very challenging, but I like challenges. You know what I'm saying? Like it helps me become more patient within myself. So I take that obstacle because it's a win for me. It's a growth for me. You know what I'm saying? And I like that. Like any obstacle, anything that becomes a challenge for me, I like because it helps me in the long run. Whether it's
Mhm.
patience, whether it's you know being collective, etc. But that's very challenging. Cutting kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I could imagine. I have
That's
a
very
3-year-old, and he still has not got into a barber's chair yet. And we're,
okay.
trying to figure out when we want to do it. We're kind of easing him into the whole aspect of getting his hair cut. But I can imagine I've seen you, with children, and you're amazing. I mean, you're amazing with your,
Thank you.
you're patient, and you make sure that they stay safe, and you give them something to, distract them a little bit. So I can see how that would be challenging, though.
Yes, yes, it really is. It ain't bad though, but that's it though. You know what I'm saying? For real, like it's not really challenging.
Okay. Well, what about rewarding? What's the most rewarding thing about what you're
Reward,
doing?
rewarding. Okay. The most rewarding thing about my job is when at the end of the service, it'd be like, this is why I come to you. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm loyal to you. This is why I'll never go to another barber like that. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Like that's absolutely very rewarding. Just when I hand the mirror to somebody, I be like, man, I don't need that mirror, man. Why you doing me like that? I'm good. Like that's rewarding.
Yeah, just having everybody respect your work and honor what you're doing.
Absolutely.
That is
And
amazing.
that is actually like that's a undescribable feeling.
Yeah, I'm sure you have a lot of those feel good moments, when people, come to your shop because, just like a hairdresser, I'm gonna think about the women's perspective. I know you do women's hair and also men's hair, but you think about a hairdresser who does women's hair, he or she probably hears everything going on in their life, especially if they have, customers who come to them, over and over again. They know about their life. So I'm sure you have clients too who share things with you that you've become really close with.
Absolutely, yeah. When it becomes into that, it's like it becomes more personal. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's when we start building a relationship.
Okay.
You trust me enough with the personal life. You know.
Yeah,
And it's like, and I
definitely.
take that very seriously. Like I don't, I respect that. I respect that at all.
Yeah,
All
I
the
can
way.
tell that you do. People really have to trust you in order to keep, coming back. And you have, plenty of repeat customers who come from all over the place just to sit in your chair because of what they've heard about your craft and everything, which leads me to this. If you could improve if you could improve, not that you need to, but if you could improve on anything about your craft at all, what would it be and why?
If I could improve anything, I would say time.
Time.
Yes, definitely.
As far as having more time in your day, or time management, or time like doing each person's head.
I have kids and stuff like that, so I have to I haven't balanced that yet. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm in that area right now, balancing my time with my job and my family. You know.
With your family, yeah, that's a challenge for trust me, for everybody. It seems like, people say, well, you got, 24 hours in a day, how are you using them? And of course, everybody has the same 24 hours, but it's, how you put them together. And with a job like yours where you're up early in the morning and people have these appointments, you're cutting hair all day, you're on your feet, and then you go home later, and of course you want to give your family some time. I can see how that can be draining sometimes, and time management would definitely be, an area where I could see that you would focus on, and anybody who has a demanding job would be focused on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I think you're doing a great job, and I think you're going to find that balance a little bit better the more time goes on.
I believe that 100%. I believe that.
Yeah, I do. So how can people get a hold of you? Can you shout out some of your social media handles and things like that?
Absolutely. Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, YouTube. They are all under Cali the Barber 1. CALITHE Barber and the number 1.
Okay.
You can find me in all of the social media outlets. I'm there. I just started a YouTube channel. I'm about to start uploading, food tutorials,
Yeah, you definitely have a lot of content and a lot of good information. And now I've heard, tell me if I'm wrong, but I heard a little birdie kind of tell me that you might be thinking about doing some type of touring and things like that. What's going on with you and your future? What can people look forward to with Cali the Barber?
Oh man, I don't know where you got that from, but she's definitely headed to the right direction. Yes.
See, the little birdie was right? He was right.
Yeah, man. I'm working on keeping up with some people, man, in beginner class, like outside of cutting hair, like makeup artists, nail techs. I'm cooking up something. I'm cooking something.
Yeah, and I know people want to follow you to find out what's going to be happening in 2019. So thank you for that little tidbit of information.
Stay tuned. All I can say is stay tuned, man.
That's right. Stay tuned. So Cali the Barber, it has been great talking with you today. You're doing awesome things in your community. Thank you for sharing your gift of time and your creativity with everybody. You're doing awesome.
Man, I want to thank you so much for having me, man. Like I said, it's definitely an honor, and just breaking it down, just letting you know a little bit about me,
That's right.
That want to see you win. Surround yourself with people that want to win. Don't surround yourself with people that want to wait on you for you to bring something around the table. Nah, fuck that. Get on your motherfucking feet, cut them people off, and get this motherfucking paper. Because they tripping.